Hello everyone, welcome so much for joining us. This is the Los Angeles final roundup. So let's see how the festival is going. I'm Natalie, this is Rupert.
I'm Claire.
And here we have Charlie.
Hey.
Cool, so Charlie will be joining us for the stream. There's lots of films to announce and let's find out who's involved. But first, let's recap what's happening in the festival so far.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Okay. So the Los Angeles Liftoff Film Festival has been running for almost a month. As I just mentioned, we are going into the final stages of the festival.
3 days left.
3 days left, so it closes on Sunday. So there we go. That was our information again. 13th to 11th of October. And as you know, all official selections are live on Vimeo On Demand. And there are 717 films in total with 8 programs running, which is crazy, I think, anyway. And just something else to mention, we have got the live chat up and running here. So if you do have any questions regarding how any of the festival is running, or just any general questions, or if you'd like to congratulate any filmmakers, put your films and comment away in the chat room. Charlie is keeping a close eye on it. And then the prizes. This is something that's quite exciting and that we should celebrate 100%. So audience choices and jury selections from each of the programs will migrate onto the network round. And this is due to take place.
It's going to kick off, we think, on the 20th, but stay tuned.
Yes. And then from here, selected winners will receive an official selection and a live screening at Los Angeles Liftoff 2021.
Which will come around sooner than we think. But that's not everything.
That's not everything. No, there are also lots of season award nominations up for grabs as well. So as you can see there, we have Best Post-Production, Best Screenplay, Best Actor, Best Acting Ensemble, Best Director, Best Short Live Action Narrative, and the list goes on. We have 14 categories in total where we'll be nominating a handful of films from the Los Angeles Liftoff Film Festival. Again, I just love this event. Look how cool it looks. And let's just hope we can do something this year.
We will, for sure.
We will.
So that was the prizes.
Nice. But not only that, there's a final prize of the audience choice where we'll invite the films with the most votes from the first round, where the audience at the moment is currently voting, to join us live on YouTube for a director's commentary where we get to find out a little bit more about their films and just their process and what these filmmakers' goals are for the future. And if you guys are following our YouTube channel, we did this for the Toronto Audience Choice winners yesterday, so that stream is currently on our YouTube channel. I was going to put it right at the top. I think it is going to be right at the top of our YouTube channel.
It will be somewhere near the top.
Yeah, so do join us for that. Okay.
Well, on to the breakdowns then.
Yes.
Actually, first, let's have a little look at the voting trailer. We didn't remind people of this last week, so let's have a little look at that.
Let's do that.
So we're about to show you the voting procedure. This video does sit at the top of each Vimeo On Demand page, so if you need to direct people to...
Our online festivals are designed to bring much-needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection and provide valuable insights for the filmmakers. Once you purchase the collection, to watch the films, you'll be sent a welcome email which will contain your voting link. Before the festival closes, head to the online form to cast your votes. You must select your 2 favourite films and it is strictly 1 set of votes per person. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will receive daily updates from the festival. Thank you for participating in the Liftoff Film Festival and supporting indie film.
There we go. So that was the voting trailer. Again, as Nat said, if anyone's got any queries or they've had any problems, just pop it in the live chat and we'll answer any questions. But now I think it's time to take a look at the stats.
Yes.
The final bunch of stats that you'll be getting on the festival. So let's kick off with New Voices features. So we've had 187 people watching this collection.
Wow.
From 13 different countries. Currently 104 votes on the scoreboards. So again, still quite a few to come in over the next final days.
Mm-hmm.
Going to make for an exciting final 72 hours. But at the moment, we've got Primal on 24 votes, topping the charts, followed by Replicant Terminus on 18, and Grihalakshmi The Awakening just behind on 17. So that was as of 11 a.m. today. Let's take a look at those films. So Primal, directed by John Humphreys. A scattered college kid, Arlo, and his frat bro roommate Blake try to navigate their hypermasculine tendencies, and their aggression boils over when they end up competing for the same girl. It's been in the lead pretty much our
Yeah, it has.
Congratulations there to John.
Must have a good following behind him.
Yes, it's great seeing strong support for all these films. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, absolutely.
Replicant Terminus, directed by Gregory A.N. Coops. A female Blade Runner, Deej, is faced with the perils of executing justice and fighting for the best aspects of humanity in a war-torn world in 2050. Humanity is now under the control of a one-world government order, Mind of Terror, while the GMC world military is having a difficult time controlling the human rebel groups that have formed. Terror is breached regularly by replicants, keeping the Blade Runners at the Office of Replicant Safety very busy.
So this is a new one. We haven't seen this one in the runnings yet, have we?
Not for a while. I think this is only week one we gave this a check out. So
cool.
yeah, looking cool.
Well done, Gregory.
Yeah. And then Grihalakshmi The Awakening, directed by Arvind Pandey, an Indian film. So the film Grihalakshmi The Awakening belongs to the genre of spiritual awakening transformational films. It explores the concept of Sahaja yoga meditation on the big screen through the story of two young sisters, Sheetal and Samira, who encounter a deep inner awakening called self-realization. Their life takes a turn for the better. They experience a life full of happiness and contentment.
Yeah. Nice.
Very nice. So that was our New Voices features page. Shall we guys take a look?
I'll do this one.
Oh, you're doing this one?
Yep.
On to New Voices Shorts one.
Cool. So New Voices Shorts 1, we have had 239 views from 18 countries, and it's currently on 154 votes. So well done to these films that are currently in the top 3 positions. Viral's on 42 votes, Bunkers on 35 votes, and Still Untitled is currently on 18 votes. So Viral is directed by Kevin Welbeck, and it's from the USA. Quincy has been finding it difficult to cope with the death of his younger brother, who was wrongfully shot and killed by a police officer. When the officer is acquitted of all charges, he loses the little hope he had left in the justice system and in himself. As Quincy is pushed to face his emotions and navigates his new reality, he is presented with an opportunity to take matters into his own hands to try and give his brother the justice he deserves. And then Bunkers by Ollie Anderson, another film from the USA. After finding an ancient golf course in the jungles of San Francisco, the worst golfer of the year, Starlo von Sourdough, discovers he can recover the treasure of eternal life during the COVID-19 global pandemic. But first, he's got to learn the rules of golf, and in particular, bunkers. So this is a film that we've been shouting out every week so far. So well done, Ollie, for gathering up the troops and getting those votes in. And then finally, Untitled by Lindell Higgins is another film from the US, and it's great to see so many films coming from America, especially as this is our Los Angeles festival. So written and performed by 8th graders and filmed in quarantine, Linda Higgins' 8th grade acting class answers the question, what do 8th graders really care about? Watch them discuss puberty, relationships, social media, violent intruders, drugs, suicide, COVID-19, and everything in between. Share in their smiles, tears, fears, love, confusion, and hope. Sounds so cool.
Okay, so next we have New Voices Shorts 2. We have had 170 viewers from 12 countries with 97 votes. In first place, we have Parakatha with 26 votes.
Nice.
The Resistance is second with 16 votes. And Rainbow Trout is third with 15 votes.
It's pretty tight.
Amazing.
And still quite a lot of votes to come in on this page.
Lots, yeah. So there could be a lot of shifting around.
So, first we have Parakatha, directed by Shashank Vishnu Dutt. She is destined to be crowned the fairy queen of all land, a land that has been plagued but with madness. She could cure the people with her magic and all would be merry once again, but her magic is stolen from her and hidden in the ocean. The people, plagued, don't believe in her anymore. He does. He is in love with her, and she with him. She is saddened that the plague has made him lose his laughter. She could have accomplished so much if only he'd laugh. His laughter could have been her strength, but it doesn't exist anymore. All hope is lost, but the two are resilient. They march on stealthily, hiding from the world to fulfill a prophecy that can be realized on a fateful full moon night, where a blood sacrifice by the ocean could bring back his laughter, restore her magic, and cure the land of the plague. Wow.
I feel like you've just read me a story.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Okay, so now we have the Resistance. Of course, we spoke to Valencia the other
We
day.
did.
Directed by Valencia Kelly from the United States of America. The civilized world dangles on its last thread before descending into total chaos from the rise of the New World Order. Armed with the knowledge of her husband, Dr. Jacob Martyr's creation and his mission, Zuri Martyr picks up his mantle and not only avenge his untimely demise, but to forge a more humane world.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And then we've got Rainbow Trout, directed by Ben Probert from the United Kingdom. Dave and Kimberly, a couple on the verge of separation, experience a very strange evening together.
Nice.
Very cool.
It's cool to see that those two films have circled back around
Yeah.
into the top 3 positions.
It's cool.
As Charlie mentioned, we did a filmmaker interview with both Ben and Kelly, and it was great to hear about their films and just find out how they're doing with the festival.
Amazing. So that was New Voices. So now we head on to Trendsetters. So our Trendsetters features page, also doing really, really well. 116 viewers from 24 countries. Currently only on 23 votes.
Wow, okay.
So there's a lot of people on this programme who have not voted. So if people do need to be reminded to take a look at that video, do just tell them to click on that trailer and get voting.
That means that these 3 films might be completely different when we come Sunday night.
Yeah, could be.
Ooh.
Everything could change. But for now, we have got Tommy Emmanuel, The Endless Road, on 12 votes, The Making of a Man on 6, and Evergreen on 4. There you go. So, Tommy Emmanuel, The Endless Road, directed by Jeremy Dillon Potts. So, from the Australian outback to Music City, USA, a child guitar prodigy dedicates his life to become the world's greatest acoustic guitarist, even as revelations of dark family secrets send him into a battle with addiction that threatens to destroy his career, his family, and his life.
Nice.
So then we've got The Making of a Man, directed by Lo Dagerman. Lo wants to find out what led her father, legendary Swedish writer Stig Dagerman, who died when she was 3, to pen a searing, brutal play about toxic masculinity. The play was inspired by people Stig met during a 1947 visit to Paris, a city reeling in the wake of Nazi occupation. It follows the chilling trail of a young man bullied for being a coward who searches for a way to become a real man. And then Evergreen, directed by Paul Goodman, another USA film. So on his way up north to visit friends, Ben picks up a mutual acquaintance, Sam, from her apartment in the city. Instead of taking the interstate, they both agree for the longer but more scenic coastal highway, exploring and developing a companionship. Upon reaching San Francisco later that evening, the two decide to divorce destination from conclusion and get back in their car to find out just how far the Pacific Coast Highway will take them. Along the route, they wind through weathered towns, giant forests, state lines, and the realization that the further they go, the closer they become, and those forces that kept them looking back are being left far behind. There we go. So that was our Trendsetters features.
So then Trendsetters Shorts 1. We've had 197 views from 9 countries.
So close to 200.
I know, it's so close. And it's currently on 163 votes. So that's good. That's almost a true reading here, but things can still change.
Yeah.
As this was taken from 11 a.m. BST today, 9th of October. So in current positions, Sam and Emma leads with 43 votes, Type A Jesus on 29 votes, and Dumps currently on 20 votes. So Sam and Emma, directed by Vanessa Lee, is another film from the USA. When their love weans after a miscarriage, two heartbroken women try to piece together their relationship, highlighting their hardship and dysfunction that can arise from the trauma and grief. And then Type A Jesus by John Redlinger, also from the USA. Washed-up writer Roy Frankel sees his dreams dashed when the three boneheaded Hollywood executives hijack the biblical adaptation, the Gospel of Matthew, and turn it into an edgier, holy reboot called Type A Jesus. Notions of religion, race, gender, and art all collide in this blistering, not-so-satire that accumulates in the trailer for Type A Jesus. And then Dumps, directed by Boris Billick, also from the USA. A depressed man becomes mystical and inexplicably stuck to his toilet before he is able to commit suicide via a toaster in the bathtub.
Yeah, made us giggle that last
Yeah,
time
we
as
did,
well.
didn't it?
Fantastic. Then we have Trendsetters Shorts 2 with 126 viewers from 13 countries and only 69 votes. So get
Ooh.
out there, get voting.
Yeah.
In first place, we have the Japanese pop stars featuring Martin Corrigan, Checking Out, with 10 votes. And in second place, we have South Down 79 on 9 votes, and The Jungle of Accounting in, well, I guess, joint second place, also on 9 votes. Very, very close. The Japanese pop stars featuring Martin Corrigan, Checking Out, directed by Sean Curran. Music video for the returning electronic act, The Japanese Pop Stars, with Checking Out. The Japanese pop stars unleash a blistering punk rock meets electro ode to the politics of negativity, inequality, and segregation. A bold and eye-catching video that touches upon many of 2020's key themes centered around panic and fear, racial division, corruption, violence, and infection. Then South Down 79, directed by Matthew Price from the United States of America. With their lifelong friendship coming to a devastating end, the unhinged Jay and sentimental Boone take a rundown car on a road trip to try and figure out what went wrong. Fantastic. And then finally it is The Jungle of Accounting, directed by Chase Pearson. Charles and Marianne Bailey, the proud owners of a small accounting firm, reflect on the absurd yet true stories of their assistants from the 1980s.
Amazing. So, on to Trendsetters Short 3. 152 viewers from 17 countries, 90 votes in thus far. So we have Persuasive on 34 votes, The American Dream currently in second position on 14, and Something About Bubbles on 11 votes in third place at the moment. So Persuasive, directed by J. Writer Ward, who we had on in our last edition of the interview, so do check that out if you missed it. After a tragic event, an African-American woman decides to join the police force. And Jay was talking a lot about how this sort of links into recent events in America, wasn't he? So that was really interesting.
Spoke brilliantly.
Yeah, with a lot of passion. It was. I think a lot of people in the chat room picked up on that. That was really cool.
Yes.
And then The American Dream, directed by Baldev Sandhu, another American film. 3 immigrants about to cross the border sit around a fire and discuss what the American dream means to them. And then Something About Bubbles, directed by Mark Cheng. Something About Bubbles is an original political satire comedy series following 2 liberal filmmakers as they attempt to make The Bubble Project, a documentary exploring the issues that divide our country. Again, we've got lots of relevant topics. At the
Yeah, I was
moment.
gonna say, but
which is great. I mean, that's what a film's all about, isn't it? So
yeah.
There we go.
Absolutely. And then finally, we've got Trendsetters Shorts 4 with 140 viewers from 16 countries and 80 votes so far. Now, number 1 in first position is In My Head with 38 votes. Second is Libba with 12 votes, and third is Swipe with 6 votes. In My Head doing fantastically well.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
As you can see.
Well done, Charlie G.
In My Head, directed by Charlie G. from the United States of America. In My Head is a spoken word short film that looks into the mind of poet Jason David Frank. A look into personality disorders and what would happen if you could confront all the characteristics that make up your personality. Then we have Libba, directed by Colin Henning from the United States. The late Grammy Award-winning Elizabeth Cotton taught herself guitar left-handed and upside down as a young girl in North Carolina, and then didn't touch it for 40 years. She returned to the guitar to record her 1958 album, using Elizabeth Cotton's songs to bridge the 40 years where she didn't play. The film explores why Mrs. Cotton gave up music to begin with and why she chose to return to it. Lovely. And then we have Swipe, directed by John Sachs, again from the States. Two heartbroken New Yorkers meet through a dating app, not a daring app.
A daring dating app, yeah.
They meet through a dating app that proves to be much more complicated than anticipated. Fascinating.
There we go.
And there we go.
Awesome.
They are the films that are currently in the lead on their individual programs. But as we mentioned, all will change, or all may change, as you've got up until Sunday to vote. And then when we move on to the network round, of course, we will share with you the films that have made it through, and we'll come back here and invite you all to that stream.
Absolutely.
But what's coming up? What else do we have coming up? So later today, actually, at 4 o'clock, we have a stream with the sessions winners, and we're going to do a wonderful roundtable with them to find out a little bit more about their films. Their films will be playing muted, and it's a director's commentary, so they can talk about any aspect that they like about their film, and I love these sessions, so I'm really looking forward to that.
For sure.
So that will take place in roughly an hour and a half's time from now, so if you have got time, stick around for that. But also, we have the Amsterdam Liftoff Film Festival. The preview link was sent out earlier today, am I correct?
It
Yes.
was.
So on Tuesday we'll be doing a little launch for the Amsterdam Festival and talking you through what's going to happen during that festival week.
So this festival goes live Sunday 10 p.m. BST. So let's take a look at the festival trailer.
Oh yes, let's have a look at the festival trailer.
Here we go.
Okay, cool. So that's the Amsterdam Festival and the trailer there, wonderfully edited by Charlie.
Yep.
So yes, we'll be coming back on Tuesday to launch the Amsterdam Festival.
We will.
But let's talk a little bit about the Liftoff membership.
Yeah, let's have a little look.
So we've jazzed it up a little bit. So the Liftoff membership, it costs roughly $189 a year, and that gives you access to all of our festival and showcases around the world. We do members parties and members screenings at all those festivals, and we also have the production accelerator, as you just saw. We also do market representation, where we take a handful of projects to all of the film markets, including Cannes, TIFF, AFM, EFM, and we with the aim to get your projects in front of the right people and open those doors and those barriers that you may face when you've got a completed project or a project in the works. We also have what else do we have? There was something else popped up then that was really cool.
Our showcases?
Our showcases and the Production Accelerator. The Production Accelerator is an awesome 5-week course taking you from an idea to then getting it in front of the right people. So it's everything and in between. It's cool.
Amazing.
So that's $189 for the year. And all the information can be found on our website at liftoff.network.
There we go.
That is everything. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you for the wonderful comments in the chat room and sharing your films. It's always great to engage with our filmmakers.
Yeah, we really hope you enjoy the final 3 days of the festival. Yes. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Bye-bye.